Hello and welcome to the very first video on this channel. For my first video, we're going to be counting down the top 10 rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy this top 10. Number 10. Alrighty, so we're gonna get right into it. Coming in at our number 10 spot, we have Electabuzz. With only 6 electric type Pokemon currently in the 151 of Pokemon Go, Electabuzz is not only rare due to that fact, but also because this Pokemon can be hatched from a 10-kilometer egg. I've seen a couple people that have caught this Pokemon in the wild, but other than that, it is definitely a rare Pokemon. Number 9. Next up at number 9, we have Arcanine. Now, Arcanine, being the higher evolved form of Growlithe, is very hard to catch in the wild and cannot be hatched from any egg. Personally, Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon of the 151 in Pokemon Go, and I've been trying to get one since the game came out, but unfortunately I have no luck so far. Number 8. Next at number 8 we have Magmar. Magmar is a fire-type Pokemon and is very rare to find in the wild. In fact, I did some looking around and came to the conclusion that if you don't have a Magmar nest near your house, then your chances of finding a Magmar in the wild are very small. Although Magmar can be hatched from a 10-kilometer egg, it might take some time to do so. Number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have Porygon. Porygon, being a mythic Pokemon, was bound to show up on this list. This Pokemon is extremely rare. Except for a lucky few, finding this Pokemon in the wild is extremely rare. Now, most of the Pokemon that come up on this list are hatched at 10-kilometer eggs, but Porygon actually is found in the 5-kilometer eggs. Now, this may not be easier as there are a lot more Pokemon that can be hatched of a 5-kilometer egg than a 10-kilometer egg. So this actually decreases your chances of receiving the Pokemon in an egg, and it is also very rare to catch in the wild, so if you do see it come up on your nearby list, do make sure that you look around for it. Number 6. Next at number 6 is Chansey. Now, Chansey is actually coming in at number 6 because I have not actually seen anyone with a Chansey besides myself. I was lucky enough to hatch this Pokemon out of a 10-kilometer egg. Also, besides this Pokemon being rare to capture, it also has a very high HP. For instance, when I got my Chansey, its CP was 147, which is relatively low. But its CP being 147, its HP was still at 220, which is a very high HP. Number 5. Next up at number 5 is Gyarados. Now, this Pokemon is extremely rare, but the reason I don't think it should be higher up on the list is that if you don't get the right moveset on this Pokemon when you evolve it, it isn't that good of a Pokemon. But why is it so rare? Well, because it cannot be hatched from any egg, and you need 400 of its previous evolution Magikarp candies. That is an insane amount of candies, and that would take so long to be able to get. Number 4. Up next at number 4, we have Snorlax. Now, obviously, Snorlax is very rare and powerful, but the reason I don't think it should be higher on the list is that I have honestly seen so many people with this Pokemon. Not only can you get this Pokemon from a 10k egg, but I've also seen it being captured multiple times in the wild, and there is a lot of these guys at gyms. Number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Aerodactyl. This flying fossil type Pokemon is extremely rare. This guy, I have not seen or heard of anyone catching this Pokemon in the wild, but I do know and have seen that it can be acquired from a 10k egg, but odds of it hatching are pretty slim. Number 2. Next up at number 2, we have Lapras. This water-type Pokemon is very strong and powerful, and as well with Aerodactyl, I have not heard of it being caught in the wild, but as well, it can be hatched from a 10-kilometer egg. Number 1. Finally, at the number 1 spot, we have Dragonite. This dragon-flying Pokemon is extremely rare. This guy cannot be hatched from any egg or caught in the wild. The only way to acquire it is to catch Dratinis and Dragonairs, which are its previous evolution forms, and you have to get enough candies to be able to evolve them both. Now, when the game came out, all around my house and near me, there was a Dratini nest, which meant that a lot of them spawned around my house. Now, even with the Dratini spawn around me, I still wasn't able to collect enough candies for a Dragonite. Now, if you weren't fortunate enough to have one of these nests around you, then you're out of luck, or getting a Dragonair is going to be rather slim. That is why this Pokemon is coming in at our number 1 spot. Well, everyone, I hope you did enjoy this video. I spent a lot of time working on it and editing it, so if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribing to my channel for more content like this, that would be awesome. Again, thank you guys and have a good day.